matter at that point. Map number 1 didn't happen. If I'm on Allegiance, forget about map number 1. Doesn't matter. We're just going into this next map. Don't even worry about it. It's lift. We're going to try and map that comeback right here, right now.
Short-term memory is definitely
Exactly
what we used to call it. You need a short-term memory.
I'd be a goldfish.
Forget that happened in entirety here as we go on to map number 2. Looks like it's going to be the same strat for both sides. 3 over to B side and 2 to cap that home hill for both teams.
Well, we're going to be kicking things off on board with Shock. And we'll see if Shock is able to try and make some plays over towards that B side. Of course, he does have his teammates in support here, but into map number 2, Allegiance, of course, will be our blue squad. Hazard now our red squad, and Shock starting off pretty nice. He's going to be able to clean that kill. Not going to happen. He will go down, and that's going to be Rezik that gets the cleanup.
And all 5 members of Hazard are just firing on all 5 cylinders, really. They're not missing shots. They're rotating so well as a team. And look at the trip cap this early. No, yes, it's going to come through on a round number 1, 10-second respawns, and it was a 39-second round.
The series is done. That was a 39 trip cap in a 10-second respawn round. Hazard, oh my days. If you're trying to learn how to play Gears of War esports, I suggest you get a notepad and pen and you take notes on that round, because that was extremely impressive there. Round number 1 on lift from Hazard. Now weapon placement, Allegiance. I mean, they didn't even take the full time there. They were just like, all right, we know what we're going to do. We're placing a weapon. You got to take the time. You got to take your full 30. It's like a tactical timeout at this point. Honestly, between me and you, if I was on Allegiance, I'd probably kick my Xbox. Technical timeout, man. Something happened. Technical
Try to ice
issues.
the other team.
Absolutely.
I
mean, Hazard, they're on one right now. They're on fire.
Yeah.
They really are. And we're going to kick off this round number 2 with Gwish from Allegiance, and we'll see if we can try and turn the tide. Could he be the catalyst here for that Allegiance so desperately need to come back into the series?
The level of aggression that Hazard is playing with, both rounds now we saw Detox immediately push to their side of the platform. This time they're going to back out. They didn't like what they saw here, but the fact that they're aggressing first really shows how much confidence they're playing with. And look at the team fire, look at the shotgun fights, and it's going to be all up to Shock right now. Fighting a 1 versus 3, he gets shut down completely, and the Hazard steamroll continues.
And again, Hazard just wolf-packing it almost, just always together, always in a position to trade. They cap a hill, they rotate, they know exactly what they're doing, they have that game plan in mind, and more kills come in for Hazard. That's 2 players down. Trip cap domination once again. They are knocking on Allegiance's front door, and they're going to get it. A 2-0 lead, and they're standing up, they're making noise. They realize right now that they have Allegiance in their back pocket.
This Hazard squad, man, we had such a long conversation about this all day long.
I was wrong, okay?
And how, honestly, the
I know
level
that's what you're waiting for. I was wrong, okay? Mistakes were made.
I'm not going to be the guy that says I told you so, but I didn't.
You
Technically,
did
I
tell me
predicted
so.
Allegiance to win 2-1. I did on stream. I should have stuck to my gut.
Again, I'm turning around. I'm looking at Allegiance. They need that energy. Someone, somewhere has to make the play that sparks the catalyst almost for Allegiance. But now looking at our weapon placement, looks like nades are going to be hovered over towards the bottom side of that map. Will they lock it in? Yes, they will. And again, Allegiance, they can really paint the map however they want. You're losing the round. You're getting your weapons. 14-second respawns heading into round number 3. Hazard, though, they are looking just beautiful. No one on Allegiance has a kill.
Jeez, I've never seen that in 2
That's
rounds.
a goose across the
Straight.
board.
Unbelievable.
It's like duck. Goose.
And what I want to see here is I want to see Allegiance play with a little bit of confidence. Be the aggressor in this fight. You place the weapon. You place nades up there. Don't let Detox just run straight to the other side of the map. That's exactly what they're going to do. Shock with aggression. Is it going to pay off for him now? In the tough spot, the rotation comes through, and it's going to be nothing but a team kill.
Another team kill comes through back to back. Hey, that's just Hazard saying, hey, don't worry. We'll even it out a little bit for you. Don't worry. We'll team kill ourselves there. But Rezik, he's going to cap that B hill. Allegiance, again, only controlling their home hill. Hazard, it's almost as if they've looked at the scoreboard. They've realized Allegiance don't have kills. They've said, screw it. Just keep running at them. We're confident. They're not. Take the fights. Take every fight you can possibly get because we're winning them. And we're going to get ourselves an even bigger lead.
Yep, still 0 kills. It's actually -1 kills right now for Allegiance. So, again, I want to see them play with confidence. Yeah, I want to see them play with confidence in this situation. This Allegiance squad we've seen do so many great things in the past at London, at Mexico City, and, of course, at Columbus. A team that rides off of energy and momentum. See if they can turn this one around here. Jerpy, power weapon player for this team, has a hammer burst in his hands right now. Looks like a little bit of a stalemate fight over on A and B hill. And I don't see, there's no reason right now for Hazard to push. And they're going to, even though.
I finally, Gwish, he's able to find that pick on frag out. But as you said, for Hazard, they don't even need to push, but they can if they want to because they just, as I mentioned, they have Allegiance in their back pocket. Excels. Oh, no. Who was that? It was Kraz. Oh, can I get a rip in the chat, please? That was brutal. Excels. He's going to cap that hill, and we could have another trip cap very, very soon. A quick look over towards the A hill. Frag out, he's going to be on it. That means all they need to do is hold that C hill. Complimentary T-back comes in from Rezik. Let him know. Hazard 3-0 up in map number 2. Allegiance have only won 1 round this series.
Unbelievable plays from Excels. He's full red. All odds against him in that fight. He had a 1% chance to win that fight. Fallout bot calculated that. And hits a slap shot beautifully and then connects for the double shot, 1 down. Beautiful plays right there from Excels. Triple kill to his name, and that's 3 straight rounds now for Hazard. Wow.
Excels making it look easy, that's for sure. Overall, if you were to tally up all the rounds, it's 10-1 advantage for Hazard at this point. Allegiance really, really struggling. It's going to be a block over on deck. And again, if you're Allegiance, you can be the one that make the decisions here. You can force Hazard to play how you want with that weapon placement, and I feel like we haven't really seen it.
Yeah, no, you haven't yet. I mean, you know that Jerpy is great with power weapons, great with sniper, great with long shot. You put the long shot down last time. You picked it up. You got a headshot with it. I want to see them do something just completely drastic, change the map up. Don't fight for B hill. Maybe run an AC hill strat instead.
And this was around about the time as well where Allegiance kind of pulled out a trick play. If you remember from map number 1, curious to see maybe they have something for Lift planned that they could try and do. Shock, he is going to find that pick on Detox, so that might slow down the initial Hazard push over towards the B hill, something they've been so dominant at doing the past couple of rounds. Shock, though,
such a smart nade.
That's just such a good nade from Rezik. I mean, at this point, there's nothing you can do.
Such a smart nade. He actually bounced it behind Shock, so Shock couldn't realize that the nade landed. He's going to get taken out immediately after by Giraffe, so Allegiance showing some life. They win the B hill fight, but if you look at the A and C hill, that was won by Excels and Frag out on the other side of the map.
As it stands, the scoreline, 41 points to 20 in favor of Hazard. Home hills under their control, A and C. And there's a look at our minimap as well. That B hill, 4 players from Allegiance scurrying over now towards that Hazard spawn. It looks like they're going to go for a wide flank over towards that home hill. Now looking at Giraffe. Is he going to be able to try and make some plays? Excels is directly in front of him. Rezik there as well. Giraffe, though, he's put himself in a good position, but the problem is you're giving Hazard such a big lead in this round.
Yeah, exactly. Every second that you wait is more and more time gathered and a greater lead from Hazard. Here comes the push finally. It's going to be all members of Allegiance pushing to the right side. I like that strat call. They sweep 4 right side, take their numbers advantage in the 4v3, and now it's going to be 3 kills picked up for Allegiance. They're going to look to secure not only the C hill, but they're going to be going for a 3 cap here. Did any members of Hazard slip out for the B hill? Looks like it wasn't the case. 5 straight kills are picked up by Allegiance, and they're going to show some life. A good strat call right there from Allegiance to win that round.
Okay, so there's still a heartbeat. Still a heartbeat coming through from the Allegiance boys. They're still down 3-1 though, but that is a big round for them. It just kind of slows down that momentum from Hazard. This next round though, more important in my opinion. You need to just kind of string those rounds together back to back, claw yourself back in. You go in at halftime 3-3, that's fine. You're even. Starting off completely fresh. Now though, Hazard on weapon placement. Can they put something down that could potentially dictate the pace for the remaining half?
Looks like we're looking at Retros in the side area, but they've been winning the fight. Excels and Frag out, I've noticed something in this matchup. They've become kind of a duo on both Forge and Lift. They're playing the same side of the map together, and they've been working really well together. I don't think I've seen Excels lose that home hill fight yet. I think they placed that weapon to get that in the hands of Excels. We'll see if he ends up picking it up. I know he does love using secondary weapons.
And there, of course, a look at Excels. Very vocal leader. We talked about this before. Of course, the first game kicked off. Could argue the most impactful player on the circuit right now. Whenever he joins a team, etc., they just do get better. He's a fantastic leader. The fact he's able to slay as well as he does whilst leading as well is extremely impressive. As now Gwish on your screens, now under Shock actually, as he's looking over towards his home hill, but the B hill still neutral. Rezik is going to be over there. The thorn in Allegiance's side so far this series. Shock though wisely just backs away here. Is the C hill under some threat? Yes, it is. You can see Excels and Frag out starting to make that push, as you kind of mentioned. Those two really starting to duo it up, if you will. Shock desperately putting some damage down, but Excels is there, and they are not backing away for that.
Yep, so they won the B hill fight, immediately rotated over to C. I agree with that decision, but guess what? They didn't keep anyone at that B hill, which allowed Hazard to control B hill, and now Excels and Frag out doing what they're doing on the other side of the map. They're going to be looking to secure a 3 cap here. The rotation did come through all up to the last member at B hill. That's Rezik. He does get taken out. But it looks like just Allegiance is getting pulled like a string side to side. They don't really have a clear idea of what they're wanting to do, what they're trying to accomplish with their goals.
And the problem is for Allegiance, Hazard are picking up these kills in quick succession, which means they have that freedom. They have that free time to control the map and really get their setups locked in. Because of that, you see on the scoreboard, top left of your screen, 84 to 57 and growing in favor of our red squad. Hazard They are really starting to pull away. They have the home hills currently locked in.
Same situation right now as you saw last round. And of course, the last round we saw Allegiance sweep 4 to the right side, take their right side advantage, and push the C hill. Let's see what they're going to do here. It looks like they're going to wait for those nades to spawn and slow it down just a bit. They have one member of their team dead, so they're going to at least wait for him to respawn. Now it's a 5-on-5, and they're going to do the opposite. They're going to go left side here for A hill. See if it pays off. They're under a world of hurt right now. Shock. He gets the revive in, but look at the team fire from Hazard. And finally, they're going to be able to push that fight. On board right now with Shock. 4 kills to his name. He's really been the one that's turned things around by winning those 1v1s up at the B hill. And here comes the push from Allegiance towards A.
Praz on the screens, looking to really be the playmaker here for Allegiance. 3 players from Hazard just wisely back off, but damage done, Fallout. Look at the scoreboard, 161 to 101. Theoretically, Hazard could win this just off 1 hill. Will they be comfortable enough to do that? Probably not. It's Hazard. They're probably going to just fly at Allegiance and continuously slay them out. That's been the game plan, and it's worked so far this series. B hill now completely neutral. This could be the start for Allegiance. Can they string together the kills? Shock on your screens tries to find the first one, but he will go down. And Hazard must be feeling pretty good about themselves. Yes, the hills were neutralized, but they weren't too worried about that B hill. They recognized they did still have the numbers. And Allegiance, they're just running at the B hill like cattle almost. And Hazard are just slaying them down. Fragout, again, just putting down some good damage. Is he going to be able to defend the B hill, though? His teammates are falling. A and B has been capped by Hazard. The C hill now completely neutral. But as the calm settles down a little bit, it is going to be Hazard with A and B, a 202-point lead, a beautiful defense. And that goes back to map number 1, Fallout. We mentioned the same thing. They seem so comfortable in any situation. They need a trip cap in the last couple of seconds, they'll get it. They want to sit back, they want to play for points, they can do that. They just seem so versatile.
Yep, and I love right there from Hazard, they realized they only need, when you called it actually, they only needed 1 hill. So rather than trying to defend and maybe dying and risking the A and C hill fight, they all rotated to B, won that B hill fight, and ultimately it was that B hill opportunity that gave them the chance to close out that round. But what I loved is they all rotated as a team, 4 members of them flying from C, rotating down to B side and winning that fight. Very well done by Hazard.
Allegiance looking in danger zone right now, that's for sure. 4-1 down first half. Final weapon placement of the half, of course. Now we go over to our 22nd respawn round. And I feel like the weapon placement, again, just to kind of touch on, it hasn't been impactful from Allegiance. You've had so many opportunities to change the tempo. You can put whatever you want down on the map, and we haven't seen it happen. And because of that, Hazard, I mean, they just look so comfortable. They haven't really been challenged with changing their game plan.
Exactly. Allegiance is a team that was known early on to place boom shots, to be a little more aggressive with their weapon placements. It doesn't look like they're too confident doing that right now, and I don't blame them because they're not winning a lot of the initial fights. Shock has done a good job trying to turn that around. Let's see what he can do here. On board with him, 5 kills to his name. 1 versus 1 against Detox, and he's going to get shut down there. Good shot by Detox. Detox and good support behind him.
And Detox has just been so good throughout this whole series so far. He just finds that intro kill. Yes, okay, occasionally he will be traded, but that's acceptable because he's already giving you that numerical advantage. He's setting his teammates up for success. The B hill now going to be contested, and it looks like Wish does have a teammate over there, but he can't actually help that teammate out, so he will fall. And the B hill back in Hazard's favor, and honestly, Gwish needs to be careful because the pinch is going to come through. Strafey is going to win that 1v1 very, very quickly. They spring into life. The A hill is being capped, and this is bad news bears for Allegiance. As you mentioned, 20-second respawn delay, and they're just scurrying out of spawn full. It's not looking good at all for Allegiance this round.
Yeah, of course, they're going to pick up 2 kills here, so that gives them a 5-on-3 opportunity. 20-second respawns, guys. Keep that in mind here. So they have a 5-on-3 numbers advantage for about 15 more seconds. They need to take it. They need to take it with aggression. Looks like only 1 member alone by himself at B. I would have loved to have seen the rest of Allegiance kind of swarm in for that hill cap.
And if Giraffe just waits just a couple of seconds there, doesn't necessarily need to go for that trip cap so early. Wait for your teammates to finish capping those home hills, then flood all together at once. You have a better chance of trading out those kills and going for that trip cap domination.
Now, look how Hazard's going to play it now that the tide is turned.
Exactly. Now look at the flip side. Kills coming through big. Kill comes from Jerpy, though. That's just going to slow down that pressure. Fragout will go down, but A and B and potentially C being capped. This could be another trip cap domination for Hazard. It's going to be Jerpy. He has to make a play. He goes down. The C hill once again being capped, as is the A hill. Kills going down left and right. C is going to be capped, but A still completely neutral. Strafey, can he win the 1v1? That's the question. Yes, he can. Another one flying towards him. That's going to be Shock. The hill has been broken once again. Shock desperately trying to stay up. He will go down, and Hazard surely with no B hill. Someone from Allegiance wisely overextends. They will neutralize B and also keep themselves in the game. But as I mentioned, that fallout, the B hill is going to be taken away from them, and Hazard go into half. 5-1 lead. This is an unbelievable Hazard team we're seeing right now.
Yep, and exactly what we mentioned. As soon as the situation changed, you had Hazard with a 5-on-3 numbers advantage. All 5 of them swarmed and pushed A and C Hill with a vengeance. They took control. They played with initiative. That's really what we're seeing out of this Hazard squad right now, is so much confidence that is being shown right now. Very good plays so far out of Hazard. Meanwhile, Allegiance, a team that has never placed outside of top 8 in Gears of War 4 yet. They got 3rd place at the first Columbus Invitational, top 6 at Columbus after that, and then top 4 in London, and top 8 after that. Off to a pretty slow start here, but of course this is just pool plays.
Off to a very, very slow start. I mean, you should really emphasize the importance of pool play. A lot of people look at pool play and say, oh, well, you can drop a couple of rounds, you can drop a series if you want. I mean, if you want to put yourself in the best possible place in that winner's bracket, you need to come out top of pool play. Of course, the lower teams of pool play go directly into that loser's bracket as well. So you kind of eliminate that second chance that you have later in the tournament by performing poorly in pools. You have to come out all guns blazing at the beginning of day 1, and that's exactly what we've seen from Hazard and sadly not seen from Allegiance.
Yeah. But you know, this happens often. I've been a part of a couple situations where you really have a slow start. You weren't playing like yourself, and that's really the case. I haven't seen Allegiance get up, get hyped. I haven't seen Kraz talking smack and doing what he needs to do to pump up his team just yet. See how they can bounce back here. Looks like Kraz the double kill. Jerby picks up one as well. Is going to hopefully change things up for them.
You almost need to go full-on Crushmo, if you will, at this point. Just stand up and just get loud, just because. Just because you need it. You need that energy. This is exactly what Allegiance do need. Sadly, though, Hazard, their 2-to-1 advantage, of course. Should mention second half respawns back down to 10 seconds. All weapons have been removed. That's why we have our DE and F Hill. Where Hazard locking it down right now. Fallout kills again. All in their phaser. Rezik, is he going to try and hunt down Gwish? That's 3-4 players go down. Gwish, last man alive, scurrying back to his home mill, but it's too late. They don't have time. Hazard 1 round away from a swift dispatch of Allegiance.
7-1 and now 6-1. We're going to see 2 7-1s in a row. It's been such an unbelievable performance from Hazard. Meanwhile, guys, quick update from the side stations. We have Splice playing against Ghost and perhaps another upset. Splice up 1-0 in that one. Of course, Ghost coming off a 3rd place finish at Mexico City. Splice off to a very good start up 1-0 in maps.
And I've been so vocal in the past about Splice and how important it is for them to start their campaign off strong. Yep. They need those early wins. It gives them so much momentum. When we've seen them kind of start slow and not pick up those wins, we've just kind of seen them fall off almost in terms of the rest of the tournament. But for them, that could be a good match. Of course, we'll keep you informed on that one because this is ending a little quicker than many would have anticipated. Let's just put it that way. Probably the politest way we could. Hazard 6-1 up, though, a round away now from closing it out in style. I mean, I just feel like everything is in their favor. I feel like there's honestly nothing Allegiance can do at this point.
Here comes the second half, guys. Of course, Hills flipped last round. We saw that happen. 1 Hill grab per person. The E-Hill fight is not yet won.
Rezik on your screens, looking to be a nuisance once again. Hazard, of course, the red arrows now on your mini-map. Looking to just position themselves well and really make a big play for that E-Hill, make a big push if they necessarily need to. Rezik still looking, he has a lot of information. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, Jerpy from Allegiance, trying to find some map control. He's still neutral. No one yet to be able to get on that hill just yet. We're about 40 seconds of the round played so far. Yeah. Both teams more than happy to just kind of play it old-fashioned, play it slow.
Yeah, a little bit of a stalemate here. If I was a betting man, I would definitely say, guess who's going to be the one that aggresses? I think it's going to be Hazard. It just shows how much confidence they play with, and I think they've been rewarded for it in this matchup so far. See what's going to happen here. I mean, there's nothing really on the map, no power weapons that can really help them make a push here, so it's going to be a matter of who can put together a well-devised strategy, and there it is. It's going to be Hazard with the aggression. Rezik pushes up, doesn't like what he sees. He's going to back on reset.
And that's the difference, right? It isn't necessarily just aggression for aggression's sake. You see him make the aggressive play, realize, hold on, wait a minute, this might not be the smart play, and scurries back to his teammates. Just, it's very well controlled. It's very well structured coming in from Hazard. They're not panicking. They're not overextending. They're making all the right decisions, just like you see there. Rezik with the headshot, and Detox finds a headshot as well. Numerical advantage in their favor, and they're already looking at that D-Hill. Jerpy by himself, but of course you do still have to cap the E-Hill. It's going to be shot there, just being a nuisance. But if Hazard could just neutralize that D-Hill, force maybe Allegiance to back off and maybe give up that power position. I mean, wow, Fragile just ran a shock and just disrespected him. Just no respect. No respect whatsoever right there.
Yep, he knew he had the support of his teammate. Was able to up A and kind of with a swing shot right there, pick up a kill. And I like Hazard's play right now. Not only were they the aggressors, Rezik pushed up, got himself in a bad spot, and Detox swooped in and supported him. Was able to keep him alive. Hazard is firing on all 5 cylinders here. Down, now it's either going to finally take the lead by capping 2 hills to 1.
Frag out now, controlling that E-Hill, and this is such a good power position to put yourself in. And of course, with Hazard with 2-to-1 hills in there, or the 2-to-1 hill advantage, as you say, they will be earning more points, of course, and you'll see that lead start to get a little higher if they can hold it for a significant amount of time. As it stands 146 to 135. Frag out, he's stuck between 3 players of Allegiance, but it took 3 players to kill him. They all went out of position, and because of that Hazard, they just said, all right, you try and deal with that, bro. See if you can take someone down. We're going to push for the home hill. They cap D. Now the home hill under their control. They still have a 2-to-1 hill advantage. Will they collapse on E, though? That is the question. Allegiance, they need to make a play because time is running out. This series could be over within the next 20 seconds or so.
2 kills picked up already from Hazard, and look, 180 to 154. All that's needed is a 1 cap now for Hazard. And they have 2. Looks like it's going to be Allegiance that needs to put some type of last-minute effort. It's going to be Giraffe and Shock. Shock takes out 1. Here comes the push. 10 seconds, though. They need to get a break in the next few seconds on both hills.
And Rezek, he's going to go straight back towards the F hill. I think the players from Allegiance thought they were going to get it, but in actual fact, E, D, and F are all being capped from Allegiance. Is this going to be the start of the comeback? I believe that hill will be neutralized. It will. That's going to be after the big fight comes through from Hazard. There's 1 player rolling through the smoke. Kraz can't see him just yet. This one's so close to being over. Look at the score as well. Allegiance are desperately clawing themselves back into the E hill. Is being capped, though. Hazard still with an opportunity to close this out. E and F now completely neutralized. Allegiance the only team scoring points. It looks like the trip cap could come in once again. Will they get it? They will. A fantastically fought round from Allegiance. They are still 6-2 down, but that is the momentum they need. That is the energy. But look, no one getting loud.
Nothing. 0. I'm so shocked. You just casted that so beautifully, too. You are more energetic than the players, man.
I should be playing. Get me up there on the stage.
Honestly, right there is an opportunity to turn things for your team, get some momentum going. But a good round for Allegiance. They had all odds against them. Were able to kind of bounce back by stringing together a few kills after another.
I saw her smile.
There
Someone from Allegiance smiled. Okay, there's still hope. All right, odds on a reverse sweep.
Very, very slim.
Very slim.
Very slim.
Very, very slim indeed.
I mean, it goes to, the rounds that Allegiance has won have really been you either kind of stealing them. We saw the trickster obviously on Forge. Right there, they really lost control of the round. They were losing by a good amount. Were able to string together some kills and kind of sneak away with that round. But I haven't seen really a good initial, kind of textbook years. Good initial, set up as a team after that, push for the 3 cap. Hasn't been done yet by Allegiance. Let's see if they can use that as momentum to try and turn things around now.
Hazard, of course, still 1 round away from closing out this series 2-0. Has Allegiance finally found something to give them a bit of momentum to fight back here in map number 2? That the question. Off the break, though, they're still going to have that E-Hill completely neutral. It will actually be Hazard, who did cap their home hill just about half a second quicker. So if it was to stay like this the entire round, which I doubt, but if it did, Hazard would win this round. So I guess pressure in about 2 minutes' time on Allegiance. They have to make the play.
Yep, and we got they're actually going to pick up a kill on E-Hill. They have a numbers advantage now. Cannot let Frag Out get a kill, and they do exactly that. Well played by shutting out Frag Out. 2 members dead right now for Hazard. Now it all depends on how Allegiance plays this. I want to use that numbers advantage to rotate back over and help your teammates. That's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is where it's super important for Allegiance to start winning these rounds quickly. You want to keep that momentum and really make that snowball effect. You don't want these rounds lasting as long as the last one did, right? You want to get them quick over. That's when you're really going to chip away at Hazard's confidence, and that's going to be super, super important for them to do. Now, though, a quick look at Jerpy's perspective. Over to Gwish, actually 3 players from Hazard just running straight towards him. Can he put down some good shots? His teammate's going to get absolutely just annihilated there. Nothing Giraffe could do. He goes down as well. Strafey picks up the double, and Hazard once again open the door themselves. More like forcefully break through the door, but they will be capping Allegiance's home hill once again. DNF under that control.
It's going to be all up to Shock to try and stay alive right now. I'm not sure if you saw that, but Jerpy had instants, and he had 1 member of Hazard down. That was Rezek. Rather than being aggressive and using those instants, they actually ended up pushing with success, and now 3 cap is going to come in. That is it. Hazard, nothing but kills bottom left of your screen. Everyone is dead, and Hazard is going to win this one 7-2 over Allegiance, a 2-0 sweep. Who would have seen that one coming?
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic result for the Hazard boys, and as you said, not something many would have anticipated really when you look at this group. I think a lot of people would have looked at Allegiance and said, all right, this is a squad who've had some great results. They really have. We really think that they're going to come out strong and potentially take this group by storm, but Hazard, they had other ideas.
I'll be honest, I was shocked by the roster change, personally. I think Yogurt, in a lot of ways, was the veteran on this team. He kind of kept them together, maybe kind of low-key was the leader of this team. I was shocked when I heard that roster change happen. Not to say Shock is the reason that we kind of saw that outcome, but you know, this Allegiance squad, 1 map, that's it. Or sorry, 1 match, that's it. It's pool play. If I'm them, you're shaking that off. You're bouncing back in your pool play because you still have a really strong opportunity to place.
Very true. Of course, it's definitely not over by any means, but if you're Hazard, you got to walk off that main stage and feel very, very good about yourself. I mean, you kicked off your campaign perfectly. Like, flawlessly. Their gameplay was brilliant almost at times. So they're going to be feeling very good about themselves heading, of course, into their next couple of pool play games. But we'll keep our eyes out on them. But, of course, if you did miss it, I don't know what you were doing, because that was a great way to kick off the Atlantic City Open. Here, of course, a recap to that series. Map number 1, a 7-1 win. Map number 2, a 7-4 win. Really, at no point Hazard looked kind of worried. To be honest with you, they look like they had Allegiance's number the entire time.
Yeah, and we talked about dark horse teams in this tournament. Perhaps Hazard is one of them. Hazard, this team of 5 very skilled players. They're coming off very strong. Can they